Okay, so y'all know I was chatting about this movie I was watching earlier, and you'll have a chance to see it in just a little more than 2 weeks. Get ready for a whole lot of fun at the theaters. In 2 weeks, as we mentioned, you're going to have the chance to see the brilliant and hilarious stars Jaime, Camil, and Sandra Echeverria on the big screen in their brand new film.
I met someone, se llama Hank. Es como si un rayo me hubiera partido en dos.
Hank es casi perfecto. Es apasionado y es amoroso y es sexy. Es un gran amante.
Quiero que te vengas a una isla conmigo. Nos iríamos mañana.
Oh, boy. Mild bipolar, NOS, agoraphobic, hyperlexic, with OCD, GHD, ADHD, and cyclical Tourette's. It is remarkable that someone has achieved this level of success with meds.
Seriously, this movie is awesome. And you guys, Sandra and Jaime are talented. They've had so much success in music, novellas, movies, sitcoms, and titles like Savages and Jane the Virgin.
By the way, when the pill bottle falls off the bed, that's a critical part of the film. The clip you just saw is from Las Pildoras de mi Novio, or My Boyfriend's Meds, hitting theaters February 21st. Everyone, now's a great time to call your abuelas, primas, amigas. Tell them to tune in because Jaime, Camil, Sandra Echeverria joining us now in studio. Welcome.
Derek, you cannot watch a movie for 1 hour and say you watched it.
I know, right? He's missing out.
The full hour. I was saving the best for last because you know what? I was afraid I was going to blow the ending.
And because he wants to go to the movie theater.
Again, you want to go
surprised.
Right. Help support with your ticket. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Within the first 3 minutes, I was hooked.
Same.
Because I did not think. I mean, I don't want to blow it for everybody, but I really thought this was going to be
like
started
Bond,
as a
like
murder.
Yes,
it was a James Bond start.
Right, I know. And then everything
my
changes.
word! And then I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
And the scene with you and Jason Alexander, Jaime, when he rattles off everything that's quote unquote wrong with you, right?
Exactly,
all the medications that you're on. I was rolling on the
crazy,
ground.
right? So we were so lucky. We have an amazing cast: Jason Alexander, Brian Baumgartner, Brooke Shields, James Maslow. Do you recognize James Maslow at the opening scene when he proposed to Sandra?
Yes.
He's the kid from Big Time Rush.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so
amazing.
he's amazing.
Is that his real voice, by the way? He's
Yes.
He sings also beautifully.
Sandra's an amazing singer and composer.
Yes. Thank you so much. But he sang in the film. You have to see him.
Give us sort of the 411 of the film. We're seeing some of the pictures right now, but essentially there are, as Courtney mentioned, Jaime, your character Hank has some issues that he needs medication for, right?
Exactly.
Mental health issues, which we touch. You know, comedy is a very powerful and efficient tool to touch very sensitive subjects.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case here. We don't insult anyone. We don't make fun of mental conditions, which are indeed a very serious problem in this country and all over the world. But we talk about them openly, without fear. And there was a lot of research behind Hank because I don't know if you remember on the close-ups, you can see Hank struggling. He's not a happy camper.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So you can see that his conditions are taking over and he's not in control, which happens. So I talked to people with schizophrenia. I talked with people with bipolarity. I did a lot of research because I didn't want Hank to be just shallow, like an empty barrel. I wanted him to have some sort of, even though it's a rom-com and people are supposed to laugh with the outrageous things that Hank does, I wanted to have some depth.
And that's life, right? I mean,
Totally.
I feel like if we're not laughing through life, we're missing out.
Totally, that's true. And I think like most people in the world have like different conditions for stress, for anxiety, for not being able to sleep or whatever. I mean, everybody needs pills for something. So this is actually like a picture of or a portrait of what really is going on with so many people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I think is great? Let me just stop from the storyline
You two
here
are
for a
great.
second.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, come on. What I think is awesome about this movie, of course, the movie's in English, but it goes back and forth to Spanish, too, which I think is so great. Why are we not doing more of that?
We do it every single day.
Right?
It's our everyday life.
Right.
That's how we do. That's why it goes so flawlessly in the movie, because that's how we roll. If we're Latinos and if we live in this country, we turn to our Latino peeps and we talk to them in Spanish, and then our English-speaking friends and we talk to them in English. It's just how life goes.
Yeah. And Pantaleon is starting to do a lot of films like that, and they're going great. So this is the same formula.
It's also seamless, by the way.
Right.
It took me maybe, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes into the film to even realize, oh my gosh, wait a minute. This is in English and in Spanish.
Exactly.
We're seeing subtitles, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like work for a non-Spanish speaking viewer.
Okay,
I think they would absolutely enjoy a film like this.
I
Thank
agree.
you so
We
much.
did, and thank you, Houston. Thank you so much, because the first time we ever saw the film with an audience was here yesterday. So it was the first time we got to see the audience
The reactions.
reaction. Oh my God, it was so overwhelming. People, thank God, they loved the
They were
film.
laughing from the beginning to the end.
Not
Yes.
5 minutes went by without a reaction, either a big laugh or or falling in love. I mean, it was so beautiful. Thank you for giving us this gift, Houston. It meant a lot.
And that is so great, too, I think, to have sort of that validity right there in the room. You know, you're actors, and so, you know, you're very subjective. Your heart is on your sleeve when you're performing. And when you're in a room with strangers and you're thinking, oh, there I am, I don't know.
Exactly.
And you know that you've done a great job, but to hear that validity in the room
Yes, we do.
from strangers.
We know that indeed.
Yes.
You also get, I mean, I'm a producer in the film as well, so you get so many copies and you have to send notes to the studio, whatever, so you get numb. After a while of seeing the movie so many times, you're like, I wonder if this is funny. I don't know.
If this is working.
If this is working, this is going to work. So it was a great experience to watch it with an audience yesterday.
And it's a surprise that a lot of people get like really emotional because they like feel very familiar with, like, they have like parents or kids or people that have like mental conditions, and they feel that, and they actually like said thank you so much for doing a film like this.
And it is such an incredible gift. Jaime, you touched on this, that you can tackle an issue as serious as mental illness, but do it in a comedic way. I think that is such a great way to change people's hearts and minds, right?
Definitely, but you have to do it with respect. Also,
Absolutely.
and without insulting people, which is kind of what we did on Jane the Virgin. We lived in a very outrageous universe, but every single character deeply believed in the universe they lived in. We were super, like Rogelio de la Vega was completely crazy and outrageous, and when he said, I want my daughter to have the pleasure of knowing me, you were like, what? Should I slap him? And for some reason, people hug him instead of saying, what a pretentious, obnoxious bastard. So it's just, if you approach the subject with sincerity and with honesty, you'll be good.
Okay, well, let's talk about personal life. We've talked about the movie. Sandra, let's talk about you. Best known for singing, your role in Savages, of course, novellas. And you have a 4-year-old.
Yes, a boy, Andres.
Oh, boy moms are so cool, right?
That's so good. And we roll, as he said, I speak Spanish to my son, but he goes to an American school, so he speaks in English with the teachers and his friends. So we have to be like speaking in both languages.
Also,
so
do you know
cool.
who Sandra's husband is, or no, by any chance? He's a big rock star in Mexico, Latin America. His name is Leo de Lozane. His group is named Phobia. He's huge. Like, you have no idea. Like, huge,
He's
like,
very
rock star. No, stop it.
We gotta get him on the show.
I know.
We do musical performances on the show
Oh, really?
all the time.
Oh, he would love to come.
Right,
Let him know.
Let's book
And he
him.
sang a
Somebody
lot.
book him
Somebody
immediately.
book Leo de Lozane, Phobia, now!
Phone lines are open. Call.
To live in Hollywood, you need to be a little bit more rude. Like, now! Exactly. And
I'm
then
learning.
things
I'm
get
learning.
done.
Okay, so speaking of multiple language, Jaime, you speak Portuguese as well. Your mom is from
My
Brazil?
mom's Brazil, yeah.
And so what language were you speaking at home growing up?
My mom spoke to me in Portuguese, and I replied to her in Spanish.
But he can speak perfectly Portuguese. He was talking in Portuguese the other day. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know
A
that.
camera operator from another network was from Brazil. I'm like, what the hell are you doing in Houston? You're like,
That's perfect.
yeah.
And at home, I understand you're a father as well, a 5- and 7-year-old.
Correct.
So, and what do you
5
speak
and
at home?
8. They live their life in English. So it's very difficult. I really want them to be bilingual. So I try to stick to Spanish when I speak to them. But then they look at me with this, like, what? And my daughter is so from the valley. We're walking to the school one day, and I'm like, my love, you have to put a sweater on because it's really cold. Either you're gonna get cold, or you're gonna be sick or something. And she turned to me and goes like, Dad, those options are so deadly. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, you're not going to die. It's just a cold. But I didn't get the lingo. Yeah.
The Valley is a northwest part of LA,
Oh,
right?
thank you very much. Yes, the Valley.
There's a song about it, Valley Girl,
There
right?
you like, and if you like SNL, the Californians, they all live in the Valley.
The 101 to the 405 to the 10 to the 605.
But I do think, you know, as parents, right? I mean, our kids think that we don't know anything, and that gets where, you know, I have a 12-year-old, so he kind of.
Oh, you're at that age.
I'm at that age with him, and I got an eye roll the other day, and I literally was like, "Did you just eye roll?"
Yeah,
You locked the gun. You locked the gun.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
You know, but it's funny because I remember looking at my mom too and saying to her, "You have no idea."
I know. We all
When
were
you become
there.
a mom, you will understand.
I know.
And
It's
now you do.
payback, as my mom likes to say now.
Dude,
Bilingual or trilingual children, I feel like you were only opening doors of
100%.
opportunity.
They say there are studies, because our kids are, and your kid is a genius as well, our kids
of
are
course.
geniuses, and they say that if you have a bilingual kid, the brain develops a little bit better than normal brains.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm certain. My kids are geniuses.
Yeah, well, see, that explains
Well,
a
now
lot
I
with
just
me.
feel really bad about myself.
It might be in the classic dad. Our kids are geniuses. I don't know about the other ones,
Right?
but ours.
Fabulous.
Let's talk about stereotypes in Latino American culture, because this is something I know that both of you have talked about in the past, about just addressing stereotypes, especially now considering the culture and climate. That's something that when you're involved in the arts community, when you're doing films and television and music, you can touch people's lives in a way that may not be as effective from, I don't know, like a policy standpoint. Does that make sense?
Of course, totally.
So that's part of your mission, right?
Definitely.
As performers.
Well, yeah, imagine, tell them how your character is portrayed in the movie.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's amazing, because I think we're used to see like the portrait of the Latin girl that is like the immigrant, and like, they are like very poor and they have nothing, and no, like there are a lot of amazing, successful women just like you are, and actually Jess is just like that. She's very successful. She's independent. She works for a huge company.
Tequila company.
Tequila company. She's actually the boss, and that's like what that's real life in these days.
And also, I'm sorry, I'm going back to Jane the Virgin, but our showrunner Jenny Snyder-Erman, she did a wonderful job tapping into this sensitive, like immigration subjects and you know, being a dreamer, whatever. On Jane the Virgin, we really touch on those subjects, but as you would touch them with friends over coffee. We don't want to lecture anyone, which is just something you put this thing out there, and believe it or not, it touches hearts. It touches people's hearts.
And we realize that we are all much more the same than we are different.
Oh,
Yes,
100%.
empathy.
Yeah,
Everyone needs
that's
so
true.
much empathy, yeah, for sure.
And what I think is so great too, you know, you had the movie screening last night here in Houston, and it's not just New York and LA that these screenings are happening. So thanks for putting us on the map and
please,
coming
thank you for
here
having
and,
us.
you know,
I used to live in
recognizing.
Houston. I was a Houstonian.
What?
Yes, Houstonian.
I used to live here for many, many years. We had a beautiful, beautiful place at the Bayou Bend Towers. My dad and I, my father, we used to have a place here in Houston. Yes.
Well, welcome
Common
in
knowledge.
Houston.
And I came in September to sing to the Miller Outdoor Theater for the Mexican party, the September 15. So I sang to all the people there. It was amazing with mariachi.
Yes. I think we talked about that here on the show.
And you know, Houston is such a great city. I lived in LA for about 20 years.
my
Came down
God.
here a few years ago, and I
That's why you
always
know, like
say-
every freeway.
Every freeway in LA.
Every
And we have a
freeway.
lot of them in Houston, but I feel like Houston is one of those cities that is underestimated. You know, like we're kind of the
It's
best
so
kept secret.
beautiful. It's
We're a
so
big,
beautiful.
bustling city, booming economy, totally diverse. Find people like you coming to visit our humble little
thank
show
you.
here.
Please, thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. Don't go anywhere, though. You're not off the hook yet.
When I
You're not
came
leaving.
in September, I was like, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. And I hadn't been here for so many years.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, well, stick around. Don't go anywhere.
No.
Stick around, because after the break, we're going to put Sandra and Jaime in the hot seat, as like we like to call it. Find out how well they know each other.
It's a quiz on like the history of Houston or something.
Yeah.
We'll be
Okay,
right
well,
back.
bye, thank you.
And now we've gotten to know them a little bit better. We've decided to test how well they know each other in a game we're calling Off Your Meds, Who's Most Likely To...
Okay.
Dot.
Oh, I get it.
Yes, so who, you know, if you're not...
I get it.
Yeah.
It's the name of the movie. It's kind of how
We just plugged the name of the movie just for no reason. The actual name of the show is Who Is More... yeah. But thank you for that.
We just keep throwing that movie name out there for some
by the way, if
unknown
you go to the
reason.
theater, you won't see a poster that says My Boyfriend's Meds. You'll see Las Pildoras de mi Novio and small in parentheses below My Boyfriend's Meds.
Right.
Or just look for our faces.
Just look for their faces.
On the poster, yeah.
That's easy.
Okay, you ready to get started?
I think we're ready. And by the way, in the first few minutes, there's a scene with a drone. You will be hooked. I'm not going to give it away. I was laughing so hard, I actually had to stop, and I went back and watched it again.
Yeah,
I did.
it was
so
good.
good.
Okay, all right, let's get started. So, off your meds, who is most likely to show up late to set?
I don't know. You're very I know. I don't dare.
Oh, you're in the middle.
You're very professional.
Jaime, pick something. We only have a minute.
Later.
But no.
5 minutes later, but I do.
Okay, who's most likely to forget their lines?
Forget our lines?
No, I have to go like this.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, I can't.
They're professionals.
Don't leave me too.
No, I'm gonna go with me then.
No?
No, but this is like I won't throw you under the bus because you're very professional.
I'm not throwing you in the trash.
I can't. Okay, off your meds, who is most likely to go to happy hour after filming?
I don't drink, but I would say
You would go for a party, though, wouldn't you? Oh, no. Oh, look, they picked each other.
I'm just trying to balance it out.
What are you? I'm a party girl.
Who's most likely to have a laugh attack during a scene?
Oh my God. Oh my God, really? I've been in trouble because of that.
That is awesome.
Well, we have more questions.
We do.
We
Yes.
ran out of time. I think we should continue,
Let's go.
though.
Yeah, okay.
We ran out of time on the
Maybe
timer.
a
It was a
couple.
1 minute timer.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is more likely to throw a tantrum?
No.
That was quick.
A tantrum.
Like a fit.
I
Okay,
don't believe
perfect.
that. Wait, is that for real?
No, but it's not in a Hollywood.
Like, are you
horror
like a
wor-
difficult star?
No, zero. Not in a Hollywood horror way, like you know.
Naomi Campbell?
No, zero.
Sorry,
No,
did I just
no.
say that?
Yeah, you just said that. I dated her. So, no. This is just not a tantrum, but like it's not a tantrum, but not in a Hollywood. I'm so bad at
Hold on.
This is one
You
giant
dated
circle.
Naomi Campbell? You did
it.
not.
I love you, honey. I love my wife. I love you, my beautiful wife.
I am so confused right now.
More to come on that.
All right.
Okay, next question. Most likely to get matching tattoos?
Nah,
Okay.
Oh,
I don't
perfect.
have any tattoos.
What are we getting, Jaime?
I don't know.
I'm
We should
in.
Get something.
Let's all get
I have a
matching
lot,
tattoos.
but I don't know. We should.
But something very, very little.
We should, right?
Maybe.
When we break box office records, we'll get something.
There you go. Perfect.
An S?
A dollar sign.
I love it. Okay, who's more likely to call into work sick? Call in sick? Nobody.
That doesn't happen in
I've
Hollywood.
been
It's
sick
too
for like
expensive,
2
right?
months. I'm still like recovering.
And last question, most likely to pull a prank on set?
A prank? I mean, not a prank, but he's a producer,
get
so
to.
gets to like,
We get
gets
too
to.
good.
yeah.
The other
but-
ones were difficult because I promise, I'm being honest. We are very professional. We love what we do. We love to show up on time. We don't drink. We don't party. We don't do drugs. We're very boring. We're extremely boring, and we love our job. We love our job, and so it's like
But-
many questions were like to throw.
But you
someone
were
under
the
bus.
producer.
Right,
You
right.
were the producer, so he had to resolve like many issues in the
Yes.
set. So
Okay.
we would have to be like more
Yes, sir.
than
More-
me,
a little more
more
serious.
an officer than me.
Did you know that he dated Naomi Campbell? Did you know that?
What?
I did, and we were friends.
See, I knew it.
I was kidding. We were
I don't know you at all.
Throwing a tantrum. Hello.
Oh, this one every day.
I mean, but that's widely known about me around here. Yeah. Guys, you were
Very
so much
combative.
fun. Congrats on the
Thank
film.
you, guys.
Cannot wait to go see it in theaters.
Yes.
And as a
Thank you.
reminder, don't forget to check out Las Pildoras de mi Novio, My Boyfriend's Meds, in theaters